Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is my second video, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at, well, not a quick look, a full review of the DX RyuTeiOh set from Uchu Sentai Kyuranger. Now, I do apologize about the order that this is going to come out, because whilst Sasori Voyager is number 2, this is number 10, and that's number 11. So, I do have the others, but I thought it would be easier to review this because I picked it up as the one set, and I will mention later on in the video how you can buy this, but long story short, you can buy this as a set or individually. So this set is made up of the following three components: the Sasori Voyager, the Kuma Voyager, which is comprised of the Koguma Oguma Voyager and the Kyutama, and then the massive Ryu Voyager, which hashtag RyuTeiOh, but that's later on. Before we get into this set, we will take a quick look at the packaging. This is the box that it comes in. Get out of here. Just kill everything. This is the box that it comes in. It's actually quite a bit bigger than Kurano's box, and they actually get increasingly bigger, which makes no sense, but you get a very nice shot of RyuTeiOh up there. You get a shot of Ryu Voyager, Sasori Voyager, and Kuma Voyager. You get the shots of the Sasori, Ryu, and Koguma Kyutama. You get 2, 10, 11, which symbolizes the number. I have no idea what that says. Presumably RyuTeiOh, that would make sense. You've got Kurano, which I've reviewed. You've got this guy, which I'm about to review. You've got the massive spoiler alert. Good on your box. And you've got more shots, and then more shots, and get out of here. And then you've got the rest of the stuff, which I spent a lot of money on. So, yeah, it's a nice set. You've got the Phaser Blaster, which I don't have, because that costs a lot of money. And you had the rest of the stuff that I am not reviewing in order, because I have this stuff, but it's, as I said, not reviewing in order. Side of the box, very nice. Bottom of the box is just disappointing. We've seen that side. And then we've got Stinger, the best character ever in the child. So, and then RyuTeiOh, which actually kind of doesn't look like the toy, but does at the same time. It's a bit weird. Get out of here. So, now that I've completely destroyed my review set, let's get into them individually. This is the Sasori Voyager from RyuTeiOh. I almost said from Kyuranger. Really? This is the left arm. Yeah, I do know my directions. And this is Sasori Orange's mecha. Wow, really pulling out the necessary details in this video. So this is the... We're going to start off with the Sasori Kyutama, and not have my chair make obnoxious noises because... Can you focus? Like, no, alright, it's not capable of focusing. This is number 02, and I think I mentioned in the Kurano review that it's kind of weird having orange as number 2, but it's kind of weird having an orange ranger at all because we normally don't get them. On this side, you kind of get, like, dead scorpion, and then you get, guess what, a little bit more of a dead scorpion. And then you rotate, it's like, whoa, it's not even a dead scorpion. To be honest, I think this is the worst Kyutama image, and don't focus there. Do you want to, like, not? This is the worst Kyutama image, in my opinion. I think it looks really stupid, but whatever. Let me pull out my handy-dandy torch real quick, and there is Stinger. So a really good impression of not being able to hold the light properly because I'm stupid and looking at the camera. But yeah, you can see Sasori Orange. Let me try and get closer. Okay, there you go. Very nice. I always do like that part about the Q Voyagers. Oh yeah, cool. Blurry camera. Before I attach it, very nice. Actually, no, I'm going to attach it because I said so. This is the Sasori Voyager complete. I don't know. Does it have? Is there ever a mode in the series where they're just like, oh yeah, cool, we're flying around with nothing? I don't know. I've seen all 45. I haven't seen episode 46 yet, so I'm going to watch that before I upload the video, so I don't get spoilers. Like, oh yeah, like the one person who watches the video is going to spoil it, probably. Again, more of this weird paint, one-sided paint. And I did check the show. I did rewatch, like, the first episode of Kyuranger because I was bored. And it's not... And Kurano does have that weird one-sided paint. So this is actually a TV show thing. It's not actually just, like, cheap toy design, which I thought it might have been, but at the same time, I'm paying like $80 for this thing. I don't want it to be cheap. But you never know. Sentai always seems to surprise me. These are slightly soft. They're softer than hit it violently. That gets your point across. Softer than the core plastic, which I think is ABS, if I'm not wrong. It's like a form of PVC. The tip here is PVC because you don't want the kids to die. Like, what the hell's wrong with me? And I think that is also PVC, but very solid joint. Now, I am worried about this thing getting loose because, well, it's a joint, but it doesn't ratchet. Whereas this ratchets in this position, and this position. This is for arm mode. Yeah, don't show it in camera. This is for arm mode, spoiler alert. This is for leg mode, and this is for I'm a Scorpion. The legs really... wow, look at that amazing separate legs. Wow, but it's kind of unavoidable. It still is annoying. They don't really move. They ratchet. You could do this and just have like dead. Sting is dead and blurry as well. They do that, but that's literally just for transformation. And no, they can't go any further. I mean, they can, but you break the toy and you get the fun of a broken toy. Now, I do want to bring this up real quick. That, I don't know if you can tell, but that is not. It's not fully like this. It's meant to go like this, but it's like it's broken or something. It's hard to explain, but like the legs, get the side that works and show the error on that side. Yeah, it's meant to go like that, but it springs back to there, which is kind of weird and annoying. But Sasori Voyager. Now we get to the combination with Kureno. Apparently, with bringing in Kureno, you lose every bit of immersion and show that you're filming on your bed because you're an amateur. So for arm transformation, by default, here's the left arm because that's where the paint strip is and there's no obnoxious screw holes, but whatever. Lock that down like that. I don't even know if I got that on camera. Lock the stinger down like that and do it straight forward, and then just clap the arms together. Now, by default, I always thought it goes on like this and you attach it like that, but no, because then the legs don't go in. I'm stupid. I'm really smart. Can you tell? And then there you go. That's its arm mode. It is a very nice arm. I did forget to mention that there are a lot of detail on Sasori, but it kind of gets overshadowed by the fact that the paint is really crappy. It's all just orange, but it does the job. Now, before I get crucified by myself, yes, you are meant to, I believe, replace... You're meant to put thing there, you're meant to put Chameleon there, and then put Okami there. I'm stupid, I just realized I have the legs on the wrong way. Wow. Let's get that right next time. Like, I'm not even gonna reshoot that. That's just hilariously stupid. Anyway, now I'm gonna get crucified. But anyway, whatever. So yeah, now it can become a leg. Let's do that. Professional film transition. Okay, so to form this guy into a leg, you basically, if you have him in an arm, all you want to do is latch that up like that and cover it with your hand, because that's how to transform it. You latch that up like that, and you just kind of finagle this like until it sits, and then you bring that forward. And believe it or not, I actually didn't think that would stay in focus either, but it's actually not touching. It is actually ratcheted, so... and then obviously rotate the... I mean, you could do a stupid... like, that'd be interesting, but... no, you do rotate the leg. Bring in good old Kureno, where his legs are on the right order, and have trouble snapping in the leg. And also have a blurry camera. Wow, this is a really good part of the video. But as you can see, very good leg. That sounds weird. I prefer it as an arm, but hey, that works because it's an arm in RyuTeiOh, which I am reviewing. So, yeah, that is the Sasori Voyager. And here we have the Kuma Voyager, which is actually made up of 3 parts. It is made up of the Koguma Kyutama, the Oguma Voyager, and the Koguma Voyager. Koguma meaning Ursa Minor. Altogether, it's actually called the Kuma Voyager, and I do have the Oguma Kyutama, but hang on, one second. You don't get the Oguma Kyutama with it, but there you go. I got it special because I spent a lot of money on these things, and really, that's a really obnoxious color for the numbers because now my camera can't see it. It's special because it sparkles, and it's got a picture of a bear on that side who's like kind of just like warping through time, and then you've got the bear that is also warping. Wow, time warping bears. Q-Ranger really is set in the future. Actually, no, it's not. I'm stupid. Deca Ranger's in there. It's like, it's old. Just gonna stop talking now. So you got a little bear transforming into a big bear. Now, I'm the only one who sees that as a bear about to kill the small bear, so rest in peace, Kotaro. I don't know how to say his name. I don't care. I just realized this isn't even part of the toy, so get out of here. Why am I reviewing that? This is the one that comes with the toy. This is the Koguma Kyutama. Oh my god. You've got dead bear, and then you've got, I don't know what happened there. Haha, rhyming. It's number 11. You see the correlation, and that's 22, and you have to watch the series. So break the Kyutama as well. That's really professional. So you got the bear who, I don't know. The paint discoloration on mine, I really can't get over that because it looks really obvious that it's not one image. Like, some of them are really good at hiding that they aren't one image, but this one isn't. Let's bring in the, oh, it's shining on the wrong side too. Wow, this is a really good review. But as you can see Kotaro. You can't see Kotaro because I'm stupid and can't hold a torch. Probably. Very nice. I really do like that about the Kyutama. It actually adds a bit to the toy. We'll go for the most adorable part of the toy ever, the Koguma Voyager. Oh dear. This thing is funny. I love it. Look at all the little... There is actually a fair bit of detail in this thing, and I think it is pretty show accurate, because this thing does not really come out very often, because it just kind of sits in there. But little face, it's like angry. It's like, it's got one eye, that's why it's angry. It's like, help me please, I need glasses. Or is that its glasses? No, that's its glasses. Yeah, show my fingers. Cool, no focus. You want to focus real quick? But quite a fair amount of detail for just something so little. I mean, if we got this in PR, this would be like one piece of just blue rectangular prism. There would be no wheel, it would just be a piece of blue nothingness. But there is a bit of articulation, and it's strictly for transformation. It's to look up, and it's like, oh no, my neck's broken. It's like, ew, don't go there. And this guy can actually stand up, and also he's really good at making the camera go out of focus. But and he can stand up, but he can also, like, he can roll. So he is made up of solid ABS plastic, very high quality plastic. I don't mention this in my reviews, but this is another video, but I'll briefly mention it here. When I got my Go Onja stuff, yeah, talk about a different series. But when I got my Go Onja stuff, you really do realize, wow, how nice the plastic is, and then as you say that, you also show a piece of crap cutting error there, which is something that is with the Q-Ranger line. It's got these random cuts on some of them, which really annoys me, considering how much these cost. But yeah, thanks for ruining it. I was talking about how good the plastic was, but especially on the Go Onja stuff, which is another line which I'll review eventually. But now we talk about probably the most important part, the Oguma Voyager, who I think is really cool. His mouth actually does open. It is a bit hard to get in there, but it also looks really stupid when you open it, because it's like his mouth's broken. But I do like that. It is like an RTV. I think that's ATV. That's I don't care. I think of RT and I think of Rabbit Tank, because Kamen Rider Build has ruined everything for me now. It's got this weird. It's got this crap here again, which If you've seen my Kureno review, which, yeah, if you want to watch that, go ahead. Yeah, wow. You will know that I hate this piece a lot, and the only one that really pulls it off is the Oshi Voyager, and even then I still don't like it. But at least it's molded in black here, so it looks a bit better than the grey plastic, which has got this wazy effect, and it really annoys me because this is something you find on a cheap toy, not on something like this expensive. But other than that, very nicely detailed. There is some more of that weird one-sided paint, which is not on the other side, but the wheels spin nicely. Can I get a cool... So... But, there are some problems with this toy that I dislike. Like this piece is just cheap. All hollow in here. Hollow in the wheels. Not as bad as like Okami. Okami Voyager has like the worst quality control. Seriously. But I mean, I compare these guys to my Go-Onja toys, and the Go-Onja toys are much better than these in terms of quality. But that's another video for another day, and that's for the conclusion, not for now. Anyway, let's do a bit of combining. So you take the Koguma Q-Tama, or the Ogama, you can stick whichever one you want there. You can stick whatever Q-Tama there. And then you peg in, like, it doesn't, it's hard to get this in focus without trying to, so there's that little, like, clip there, and then there on the Koguma Voyager, there's a little clip there, and it's got this little, lip thing to stop it, and you kind of just stay out of focus. You kind of just put it in there. And there you have the completed Kuma Voyager. Who is very nice. I actually do like this one a lot individually. Like, I'm not a big fan of the Voyagers by themselves, but I really do think this one stands out. But, yeah. Let's get on to his combinations with Kureno. As you can see, I brought in Kureno. He's missing his right arm this time because that's what this guy forms, at least on RyuTeiOh, so I'm going to go off RyuTeiOh. So to form his arm, what you want to do is take the Koguma Voyager, lift its head up like that, bring these wheels all the way down, they ratchet every 45 degrees, and then bring this entire back piece, just bring it down. Pretty reminiscent of these guys, they have the exact same transformation. And hey, I got the legs on the right order. Yeah. And then you attach it like that. And I present to you possibly the worst arm we've gotten in the entire line. Yeah, I don't like this guy as an arm. I think he... I mean, from a front profile, it's like, oh, cool, he's got, like, the glove thing, and... I mean, you turn it to the side, it's like, what the hell happened there? But, I mean, I guess it's the same with these two, but... Why am I showing the back of Kureno? This is not a Kureno review. Stop stealing spotlight. But, I mean, you got the standard Poseability, where it's like, whoa, I can move my arms every 45 degrees. That's it. That's all that there is on this toy, which I completely neglected to mention in Kureno's review. But, something that is a bit noteworthy is that these guys are a bit heavier. So the joint on Kureno kind of does that. And then you come here and it's like, oh. And then it doesn't do that. So that's something to note, that these like leg pieces, well, especially these guys, because these guys are like meant to be legs. This guy's meant to be an arm, but he has the same weight as the legs, so he's very bad on these joints. And it has me deeply concerned, but I'll talk more about that at the end, because this is meant to be the segment on this guy. So we'll do his leg mode real quick. To convert this guy into a leg, it's quite simple. You want to remove, and spoiler alert, remove the Koguma Voyager and set his head down, set him to the side for now, and bring these wheels forward and then bring the head up, like that. So, I'm replacing the left leg because standard tradition in Kyuranger is that if this guy's the right arm, he's the left leg, and if he's the left arm, he's the right leg. That's tradition. I don't know. what they do on the boxes. So, and then these pegs that I neglected to mention because they're really obnoxious. There are pegs on either side, and it just depends on what side you want. And then you take RyuTeiOh and bump the camera, stick him on like that. Now I think he has a very good leg. That sounds weird, but I think he is my favorite leg, ironically. Because I don't display these guys in their official forms, I actually have him as a leg because it looks much better, but the bulk actually works in this case. I mean, that actually does look pretty cool, and I do like the little Koguma Voyager riding on the side. I think that's really funny. It reminds me of Gao Ranger, the Gao Armadillo. I can't think of it. I think it's Gao Armadillo? Gao Armadillo? That rings a bell. Gao Armadillo. It's like a thing, it's very similar. It's like a rhinoceros that's light blue, and the purple armadillo fits in there. So it's like exactly the same but different. You don't lose a lot of the detail, which is fortunate, which I again neglected to mention because I'm really good, but there's not a lot of detail on the Koguma Voyager itself, so it's mainly, ironically, on the Koguma Voyager, but I did that to show. Okay. Anyway, that is the Kuma Voyager. And now, last but certainly not least, we have the massive Ryu Voyager. I mean, look at this guy. He is about 60 centimeters, or 2 feet, 24 inches, and he's just massive. He is the bulk of the set. He's also piloted by the best character in the entire show. Hashtag Ryu Commander is the best. Don't actually start that. That's just stupid. Anyway, now, the comparison that I immediately make is between this and the DX RyuTeiOh from Gosei Sentai Dai Ranger. This is actually the Red Dragon Thunderzord, because you can tell it's got the shitty lightning bolts from when MMPR thought it was cool because lightning bolts, but this thing is fantastic. I love this thing so much, but the only difference is that he attacks the tripod. He's like, ah, but he does not form a full robot, whereas he does, but that's another video. This thing's friggin' awesome. I just wanted to show that off because I love that thing. But that's what it reminds me of. The only difference as well being that that is nowhere near as posable as the other guy. He is also made up of the Ryu Q-Tama, which I really like. I think it does a really good job of being purple. Nah. It is number 10. Ironically, what's his face? Kotaro actually comes after him, so he is 11, but that's a bit weird. That's why I didn't want to review these individually, because it would have made no sense. I would have had to have done this guy last, because RyuTeiOh. I mean, you can't really do this guy, review RyuTeiOh, and then be like, oh, nah, there's another Voyager that I haven't even covered yet. That's my thought process, guys. Very nice Q-Tama. Of course, you spin the thing around and you get a complete dragon. Again, the color, the discoloration in mine, I don't know if this is just in mine, but it really doesn't sell the full image look to me, which, I don't know, it's kind of a little gripe. And of course, if you get the torch out, you can hold it like an idiot, and this one's actually pretty cool because you can actually see him, like he is distinct, he is purple, the Ryu Commander, Sho Lumpo, I just butchered that name, but he is the best character. Try and get that a little bit closer. As you can see, these are very nice. It's got the little symbol sitting above him. Might pick up the cockpit sets, but that's irrelevant. So that is that, and he attaches in probably the coolest place you can think of. In here you can see the little clip and the little number slot, and yeah, he actually holds onto this thing and it doesn't peg in. Okay, it pegs in there, and he actually holds onto this thing. That's cool. But this guy is the best piece of the set. He really is. I mean, Look at that detailing. Really hard to see because it's purple, and my lighting situation is so good that purple just isn't a colour. It's coming out more black on the camera, but it is purple. Quick tip, do not pick this guy up by these sections because they actually come off because that's how he's packaged, so otherwise you just like end up going, the dragon's dead. Because that's what normal people do. But there's just so much detail in this guy. This is the, in my opinion, the best Voyager you can get in the entire Q Ranger line. I mean, Gigant Holo is pretty cool, but that's another video. But just look at that detail. It's fantastic. And it doesn't need to be painted, which is good, because otherwise, I mean, there's even little bits of paint there, which are actually on the other side. Wow. The only thing that isn't on the other side is the Qtama slot, because that's the front of the mecha, and this is the back. So, these claws are really nicely done in this like gold metallic paint. I really do appreciate that, and that is actually like one wheel, so this guy actually rolls pretty well. You can see the Qtama slot and these things, but that's for the front of the mecha. The only thing I don't like, and I don't know how they could have done this, but is this giant section here, which is not focusing because of how bad it is, but it's this giant grey plastic section. If that wasn't there, this thing would have been so much better. Or painted, just more than grey, because the grey plastic on these toys looks like crap. As much as I love both Q Ranger and the toy line, the grey plastic is it's just terrible. But just that nice individual detail. And I like the fact that the wheels are actually painted purple, the same purple, so it doesn't look as bad. When you come up to the face, it's kind of a bit weird. You can open the mouth, and this is, ironically for transformation, it snaps at two positions. It snaps there, and it snaps back. Both for transformation. The horns do not move, they're made of a softer plastic. This whole thing is kind of softer, but this is hard plastic, and this is soft plastic. The jaw is soft plastic. The whole thing, the rest of it is, I believe, all hard plastic, except for the claws. They actually might be a little bit softer. No, but you can take this off, and this is again for transformation. And you get the other face, which I kind of wish the teeth were painted, because they are actually molded in. But I wish they were painted silver. Would have made just a lot of difference. There you go, that's a better angle. But there is a lot of detail on that head. Pegs in there. I guess I'll show this thing off, because it is quite valuable for the transformation. It's just a little dragon thing. Unfortunately, it's not gold like it is in the show, like the horns are. This is just kind of crappy yellow, but again, PR, it'll just be one piece of crap, solid piece. If we adapt Q Ranger, which we might not. But that is the Ryu Voyager by itself. Now we get to move on to the exciting bit, the transformation. Now for this, I have already prepped Sasori and Kuma, because I thought that just works. And it saves another 20 minutes of looking at mecha. So to start this guy, remove the helmet. You can get it off frame too. Remove the helmet like I already did, and face it so these are facing you. Also take out the amount of times you forget to do this, but take the Qtama out. Okay, now rotate these leg pieces towards this side where these are. Okay, and then bring the head. It snaps at 3 positions. It snaps there, a little bit up, and all the way up. There is no poseability on this guy, which I neglected to mention, but bring these all the way up, and then you just kind of break it in half like that. And it pegs in using blurriness. That's its power. It's Ryu Commander's power, is it being unfocused. Actually, it kind of is, but you bring that down, and it actually forms a pretty decent looking body piece. That sounds weird. You take the Ryu Qtama and you just kind of slot it in there, and it does actually snap in there, so You bring these down to form the... Wow, what? There's arm slots? Really? And get the Q-timer right, Jack. Good. Sasori, Kuma. Now rotate the head. Before I put the thing on, that's a very nice head. I'll go over this a little bit later, but that is a very nice head. Now remember how I said this locks in 3 positions? Here, here, and here? Well, you want to do all the way back. And there's that little tab. It uses the same thing, but it's just a peg there. And just pegs on like that. And there you have RyuTeiOh. RyuTeiOh is essentially the exact same as Kureno in terms of articulation. You've got this joint which has the same problem, I think. Yeah, that's really bad. But all the way around, it is a bit limited by the helm. Oh no, it's not. I thought it was a bit limited in those, but this guy's very nice. I do dig this color scheme a lot. The sky blue, purple, and orange. Both ranges, all 3 colors in this mecha are things we don't get very often, or at all. I mean, we have had all of these colors at one point, but they're pretty rare. Just the kind of special thing about Q Ranger. Not a lot of new detail is exposed when this form, more just in the arms up here. You've got some more scaling details, and take this off real quick and we'll look at that head. Very nice head sculpt. In fact, I kind of wish that was just the head, because that just looks so much nicer in my opinion. It really does. Just some more back detailing. So cut out for the head there. But very nice. Really do enjoy RyuTeiOh quite a lot. And put his helmet back. So that is really the RyuTeiOh, the RyuTeiOh. Unfortunately, this guy has no lights or sounds, which is a pretty big bummer, considering everything else has electronics. I mean, the Kureno does, Gigant Ho-Oh does, the Cerebus Voyager, and even the Orion Battler have that, which I'm not sure about the Orion Battler and the Cerebus Voyager. I might get those, not sure about that. That's another video. This guy doesn't. I understand the lights, but I kind of wish there were sounds, because I really like this guy. But that's for the conclusion. We're not up to the conclusion. Yeah, 30 minutes in and we're not even done the review. And the reason we're not done the review, because it's episode 12. This guy has been in for literally 1 episode. I mean, he debuted in... RyuTeiOh, the combo, debuted in episode 11. But episode 12, it's like... we need to combine. Now, this concept in Super Sentai has obviously never been done before. Of course it has. I'm not even going to spin that bullshit. Of course, there has to be a combination between these two. And fortunately with Q Ranger, the kind of freeness of swapping limbs, which I'll show off more when I get to like Tenbin and Headsculpt and Washi Voyagers, sorry, is that it's not just a limb swapping combo. It actually is a combination. I say that very loosely because you'll see what I mean when I get to it. So let's start. So I'm going to run you through the scenario in the TV show because I'm genuinely not sure if this is like a rule for RyuTei Kureno or if this is just for this specific form. But in the show, their arms get knocked off. And they're like, oh no, what are we going to do? And then they Seiza docking and the arms go on this side. And all of the times these have been, like, RyuTei Kureno has been in the show like 3 times, and I mean that. Like, we're up to episode 45, 46, and he's been in the show like 3 times. Anyway, they always have these arms. So I'm not sure if this is a general rule of thumb that you have to swap the arms or not, but I think it might be. So they start off by swapping the arms, and then they go from there. Okay, so from here you want to take RyuTeiOh with Kajiki and... Sorry, jump cut. A massive amount of time just passed, but... So they swap arms out, and then you take RyuTeiOh and you rotate these like this, remove the helmet, rotate the head around so it's like that, and rotate these arms up. Now, remember how I said these can lock in 3 positions? Like this, this, and this? You want to do the second position. So, not all the way back. Second position. These pegs here and these ones here correspond with these on the back, and there's another set a little bit lower, and you just kind of want to line it all up till you have that. You take this and snap that to there. With these little soft plastic half pegs that peg into these holes on the chest. And that's it. That is... Hang on. RyuTeiOh. Poseability is actually kind of limited because of that. And oh wow, Kotaro's dead. Rest in peace, Kotaro. But I don't know. I personally like the look of this. It's a very lazy combination, but as I said, I personally like the look of this. But yeah, very lazy. Now, a comparison is Engine G6 from 2008. 2008's Engine Sentai Go-Onja. Now this is made up of 8 mecha, I think. Can I count? No, 9. No, 8. Yeah, 8 mecha. Ugh. And this is made up of only 6, but I mean they both essentially share the same thing. It has new arms which look stupid. It has some really crappy use of the extra robots thing which looks really stupid. So, yeah, they're sort of the same regard, but what Krusty the Clown over here has over RyuTeiOh is it's got a new face mask. That is the face of Engine-Oh. This is the helmet of Gundam-Oh that opens up, spins around, and goes on there. Video coming for that later. So, and break the thing. It isn't. No, let's not do it with that one because it has full articulation with broken joints. Love this thing, by the way. That's another video, but love this thing. Oh, Burka fell off. The point being, whilst I do like this thing, it is a very lazy combination, and that kind of leads me into the conclusion. The Kyuranger line so far has been pretty decent, and RyuTeiOh is a nice addition. RyuTeiOh isn't exactly worth it. Overall, RyuTeiOh is a cool toy. Now, I said RyuTeiOh isn't exactly worth it, but I really dig this guy. I think he is a nice looking toy. He has the same flaws as... let's do him off screen. He has no arms, but he has the same flaws as Kyuranger, with the cheap grey looking plastic, the limiting articulation, but that's a standard Sentai thing, and the fact that the joints are overloaded like that, which is a serious problem. But it has the same things that I like from Kyuranger. The Kyutama system as joints is a very nice way of hiding just crap connection points. And this is Burka from Engine Sentai Go-Onja, and that is a connection point. Now Burka, this is a bad example because Burka actually hides it very well, but the point being, it's not a standard connection point, and it actually uses the gimmick quite well. But you kind of have to like RyuTeiOh to even consider RyuTeiOh. Because if you don't like RyuTeiOh, you're not going to like this thing. And to be fair, it's a good toy. It doesn't have the best quality control like something like the Go-Onja stuff has, but it's a good toy, and it's good enough. So, a recommendation, I do recommend it. Now, you can buy this thing 3 ways. Before I conclude the video, you can buy it like I have, which is the RyuTeiOh set, or you can buy it individually. You can buy the Sasori, Kuma, and Ryu Voyages individually, which, again, it's up to you. But I do recommend this guy, no matter whichever ways you can whichever ways you can buy this thing, I do recommend it. And the fact that it still has the fun playability, where you can swap out the arms, not the legs, I mean, but you get what I mean. So giving a recommendation is kind of hard on this thing, because you have to like the Kyuranger line, to like anything from Kyuranger, because it's such a weird block former. There are weird things, like I don't like this arm, I think that's stupid, it's a thick, like, look at how bulky that arm is, that's not an arm, what is that? But, oh, I forgot about that. It just, the thing that really lets it down for me the most is the fact that it does not have lights and sounds. Because if this thing had lights and sounds, it would be an instant sell for me, because I really do enjoy it. But that leaves me to a weird conclusion. So, in conclusion, haha, wow, really good segue. I do recommend this guy if you have something else from Kyuranger. If you have RyuTeiOh, you need to get this guy, because they look good together, posed next to each other. If I put the poor bastard back together, and oops, wow, professional moment. They actually look really decent together and off-center, because that's the mecha's trait this season. But I think they look really good together, and that's something I really like about the Kyuranger stuff, is that they look great posed. Granted, you can't really do any poses, but wow, whoa, new mecha toy. But yeah. Actually, one thing I want to note that I didn't mention is that the head, due to transformation, does have a little bit of poseability, but it doesn't ratchet very tightly, and the helmet limits it, and you can't. Nah, that's not happening. So. But I think these guys look good together, and with Gigant Ho-Oh, which is the next combo, it looks very nice on a shelf. So I do recommend this guy. If you can pick him up, I strongly recommend it. Anyway, that's it from me, whatever. That's it from me. I hope you did enjoy the video. Sorry for this being like 40 minutes long, but I hope you did enjoy it. So if you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Anyway, that's it from me. Have a good day, guys.